Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Archituber. You must have read by the title that today we are going to be discussing about architect B.V.Doshi. Well-known and renowned architect B.V.Doshi passed away a month ago. It was a great loss to the architectural industry and he will always be remembered through his works and his deeds and achievements. He was also known as pioneer of modern architecture. So let's have a brief introduction of his deeds in our industry. Architect Balkrishna Vithalas Doshi was born in Pune 1927. He did his architecture bachelor's from J.J. School of Arts, Bombay. He established his practice studio Vastu Shilpa. Doshi worked closely with Louis Khan and Anant Raje. Working style: climate responsive materials. Irrelation of outdoor and indoor spaces was must. Hierarchy in spaces by shape, size and placement. Scale and skylight was the key feature of B.V.Doshi's works. B.V.Doshi was well known for his blend of contemporary and traditional architectural works. He believed the success of any project depends on the effective construction, effective contracting, logistic, coordinating and planning. He says that he has been inspired by historic Indian monuments as well as the work of European and American architects. He always believed in flexible designs rather than rigid approach, timelessness, transformation between the building, people and functional use, the notation of flexibility and symbolism, clear sense of spaces, scale and massing, materials thematically strong throughout his works. His work explores the relationship between the fundamental needs of human life, connectivity to the self, culture with a response that is grounded in context and exhibiting a localized modern approach. He describes architecture as an extension of the body that address function regarding climate, landscape, urbanized choices of materials, spaces and utilization of natural harmonizing elements. Doshi followed his architecture by providing openness in building through colonnades, pergolas and skylight, etc. He made intensive and sustained study of traditional Indian philosophy and ancient architectural texts while maintaining a deep commitment to modernism. He gave most of his attention to the scale and massing while maintaining the relation of outdoor and indoor spaces. His motive was to transform the building into a functional use. He always had a clear sense of space he wanted in his planning. Some of his very famous works: Sangath, his own office in Ahmedabad, Set University Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, NIFD Delhi, Ahmedabadni Gufa. Please let me know if you want any of these case studies in detail. I would like to share it with you all. Now let's learn the most famous work of B.V.Doshi, Sangath, which is located in Ahmedabad. Sangath means moving together through participation. Architect B.V.Doshi designed an office for himself. So now the architect as his own client was able to express his attitude and working pattern, so which indirectly expressed his attitude concerning community cooperation and individualistic expression, which accounts for unusual incorporation of multiple activities under one roof. Since it is an office, there are different spaces. So first one being reception area, interaction spaces, design studios, workshops, library, conference room, recreational spaces. Let's talk about the concept. As we discussed earlier that B.V.Doshi used to work with Le Corbusier and Louis Khan. So some of their philosophies reflect in this particular design. Sangath stands for moving together in Sanskrit. Thus, the concept behind this masterpiece is fluidity and its interaction with nature. You can see this in every aspect of the planning. Although grounded to its local context, the structure has modernist approach in its design. The basic concept behind this beautiful planning was for one to look for the vistas on either sides, the pattern tiles and everything that brings mystery with walking trail. Let's see what are the site conditions. Sangath concealed behind a wall in a certain spot that contradicts Ahmedabad city. The site area is 2346 square meter, whereas the built-up area is 585 square meters. The interiors are done so beautifully that it is very climate responsive to this hot and humid climate. The orientation of the building is southwest and west side facilitates natural ventilation. Design features are very less dependence on mechanical energy, continuity of spaces, wise use of rainwater, diffuse light and lots of vegetation. How the site is climate responsive? Let's see. Minimizing solar radiation on south and west. The structure is closely integrated with outdoor spaces, which means vegetation is almost left to grow into the wilderness. The west and the south facade is shaded by the dense trees, maximizing wind flow. Wind from west and southwest is taken just by positioning the structure so as to create a central courtyard with open space for the wind to flow unobstructed. Design form in Sangath. There are different 5 forms which are used and which are the key features in this planning. So let's see what they are. Sandwich construction of the vault, vaulted roof form, subterranean spaces, structure, lighting and water channels. Let's talk about the site plan. Upon entering the complex, one immediately sees the silhouette of the vault behind an exterior wall, and a side view of interior is present through a small break in the surface. The approach is diagonal to make one discover and absorb the beauty of the site. So let's talk about the entrance. The main entry is from the north side. You walk through the trail, and when you reach the center of the trail, you can see the whole planning done. And on the ground floor, the main spaces in the planning are reception, interaction spaces, design studio, workshop, library, conference room and recreational spaces. Coming on to the first floor, now we know that the planning is done in double height. So on the first floor, he has given some ventilation glazed windows, and one of his studio is there on the first floor. The interior is lit by a combination of north light from the glazed ends of the walls, reflected east light and direct light caught by the glass tile. Inclusion for the climatic responsive architecture, which has the impacts such as a significant difference in temperature of about 8 degrees Celsius, reduction in cooling energy by 30 to 50%, water conservation and cut costs on water, cut costs on finishing by 10%, recycling waste materials. I hope you like the part 3 of this series, and please let me know in the comments below which architect should I do next. And if you want any of the case study from above, please let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, please do not forget to like, comment, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel below. Thank you.